they've had to call in the army to help move the dead. This is the worst hit area of what is now the country with the most COVID-19 dead, Bergamo in Italy's Lombardy region. Those trying to help the living are struggling to cope.
We're working in a state of very high stress and tension. Psychological stress has gone through the roof. Unfortunately, we can't contain the situation in Lombardy. There's a high level of contagion, and we're not even counting the dead anymore. Look at the news that's coming out of Italy, and take note of what the situation really is like. It's unimaginable. My best to you all. Let's keep smiling and stay strong.
Io vi saluto e speriamo sempre in bene, dai, forza.
And those who are looking after the dying are desperate.
The greatest problem which is emerging these days, I would say, is that the patients can't be visited by their relatives and often die on their own. We've started a service in which we contact relatives on the phone to explain to them what is happening, so there is at least some contact. Patients who are able to can call themselves, but the older patients aren't able to because they just aren't used to it. So we try and keep in contact with the family.
As Italy's corona crisis exploded, Chinese officials, who seem to have their side of the pandemic under control, sent medical teams and equipment to help. Yet, the Chinese Red Cross says their hard-won advice is not being heeded in Italy.
Right now, I'm discovering many of the problems of locking down the city. Here in the city of Milan, which is in the hardest-hit region, you don't have a very strict lockdown policy. The public transport is still working, and people are still moving around, and you're still having dinners and parties in hotels, and you're not wearing masks.
Italian streets are empty, but for many, they're haunted by the prospect of more army trucks and more bodies.